So it goes without saying that February is a huge month for JRPGs. On the 1st, we have Granblue Fantasy Relink, the following day on the 2nd, we have Persona 3 Reload, and at the end of the month on February 29th, we have FF7 Rebirth. So to a JRPG fan, this is like a beautiful and bountiful buffet with such an immaculate spread to choose from. We're being fed. But let's be real, our wallets are crying and our time is limited. So the real question that is on everyone's mind is, which do I play first? Hello everyone, my name is February and this is cozyfeji, and on this channel we cover a variety of things such as video essays, reviews, JRPGs, and all things cozy gaming. Now for the past few months I have been deliberating on which game I want to pick up and play first. Now, I originally wanted to pick up all 3 games because I really wanted to get them all, but then I quickly realized it's probably not the most financially responsible thing to do. So today I wanted to kind of make this video to kind of not only help you guys but also help myself figure out which game I want to pick up first. Now, all 3 games are games that I definitely am looking forward to and have anticipated for quite a while. They're all highly anticipated games for me in 2024. However, with our wallets crying at the fact that we possibly may pay or buy all these 3 games, and with the limited time that we have, it kind of only makes sense that I only probably will have time for at least one of these games. So I wanted to just talk more about the details of the games, how I feel about them, and then at the end possibly share with you guys which game I will end up picking at the end. This also will help you guys also figure out and give you a helping hand on what game you guys should pick up as well. So let's start off with the first game that's coming out first, with Granblue Fantasy Relink. From the developer Side Games come the new entry in the Granblue universe with Granblue Fantasy Relink. The game features co-op multiplayer gameplay, allowing players to team up with friends or other players online as they explore dungeons, battle formidable foes, and uncover the game's story along their journey. The story of Granblue Fantasy Relink involves the protagonist Gran and their companions as they embark on a grand adventure in a fantasy world filled with magic, mythical creatures, and epic battles. The game's narrative often revolves around the struggle against powerful adversaries and the quest for legendary treasures. So what's really great about Granblue Fantasy Relink compared to the other games is that it has a demo for you to play. So if you're kind of on the fence or don't know what to expect going into this game, please go out and play the demo. That's what demos are for. They give you a great indicator of how the game is going to look out for launch, as well as to give you a feel of the character, the combat style, and obviously give you a taste of what the story might hold. Now for me, when I first initially played the demo, I put in about an hour or so just to fill out the story, fill out the character design, as well as play the characters. At the time I only played like 2 or 3 characters, and I really loved the combat style. The art style was a lot of fun and the characters seemed really endearing. However, I wasn't sure this was going to be a day 1 purchase for me. However, recently I went back to play the demo a little bit more, messed around with the different characters, messed around with the builds of the characters as well, and doing that kind of made me realize maybe this might be a day 1 purchase for me. Characters that stood out for me that I really loved their combat style was Lancelot. I think he's a really fun, flashy, speedy DPS player, as well as Charlotta, who may come as a small, little pint-sized character, but she definitely packs a punch. What's really great about Granblue Fantasy Relink is it does have a 20-hour main campaign, but has 100+ hours of side quests and endgame content for you to dive into. And what's really great, it does have a multiplayer co-op situation, so you can play with friends online as well, which is what I'm really looking forward to. And as someone who's been currently playing JRPGs with really, really heavy story narrative pushes and focus, I'm kind of looking forward to playing something like Granblue Fantasy Relink, where it's just more focused and leaning on the combat and gameplay aspect of it. Not saying that the story is going to be trash or anything, but playing such a story-heavy games like Trails, for example, it really would be a nice break to just play something where I'm just hacking away and just attacking and beating some really tough bosses, which I think would be a lot of fun. Now next up on the following day, we have Persona 3 Reload. The widely popular 2008 JRPG Persona 3 is coming to us in some new shiny packaging with Reload. The remake follows the protagonist of the game as a high school student who joins C's specialized extracurricular execution squad in order to combat the mysterious shadows. These shadows emerge during the dark hour, a mysterious hour that falls between one day and the next. The protagonist and its allies discover they can summon powerful beings known as personas, representations of their inner selves, to fight the shadows. Apart from the social sim elements, the action-packed dungeon adventure demands players to manage their education, friendships, and daily responsibilities while avoiding otherworldly dangers. Now, Persona 3 Reload is a highly anticipated game for many people, whether you are a hardcore Persona fan or someone like me who wants to experience Persona 3 for the first time. This has definitely been on a lot of people's radar, with Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal being kind of the height in terms of popularity for the franchise. Many people came in from the franchise due to that game. So when Persona 3 Reload was announced, a lot of eyes were on it. Many hardcore fans were anticipating a game like Persona 3 to be remade into the new art style and new aesthetic, and people were very pleased with it. However, there are some kind of mixed feelings about it, just because there are some things that may have been taken away from it, such as there's no FemC from Persona 3 Portable, and there's also some content that might not be in it from, or that's not going to be in it from The Answer as well as Persona 3 Fest. So a lot of people are kind of apprehensive of it because it's not technically a definitive addition to play this game. So I'm really curious as to how this game turns out. However, it is a Persona game, which means you're going to put in at minimum 100 hours. And I don't know if I'm really ready to put in 100 hours into another very long JRPG. So that's kind of why I'm on the fence of it, but I definitely want to experience this one because I feel like this would be a great game to play first and experience the Persona 3 universe, I guess. And with the FF7 Rebirth, which is a continuation of the Remake's trilogy of FF7, the events of Remake immediately precede the events of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Gamers assume control of the mercenary Cloud Strife and a group of characters, primarily from the eco-terrorist group Avalanche, who band together to travel across the planet in order to defeat Sephiroth, their former elite soldier, who wants to unite with the planet in order to gain greater power, and to stop the megacorporation Shinra from using its lifestream, the planet's life essence, as a source of energy. There's a lot of aspects going into this one. We're getting introduced to a character that's been in previous entries with Zack. It's kind of really interesting how he will play into this game, because at this point most people know that he was kind of in other games, so it's kind of interesting to see how he will play into this universe, and as well as there's going to be a huge story event that's going to happen in this game. So I'm really interested to see how the developers and the writers and producers take how they will reimagine that huge story event in this game. So really curious as to how that's going to play out. However, for me, I have not really played or finished the OG original of FF7 or Remake, Intergrade, as well as Crisis Core, and that's, for me, I kind of want to experience those games that way I can really truly appreciate FF7 Rebirth when I do play it. So probably for me, FF7 is definitely not going to be a top priority. So with that being said, I think for me, the game that I will be picking up and playing first is Granblue Fantasy Relink. I'm definitely in the mood for something combat heavy, and I definitely want to tap into the multiplayer aspect and play along with my friends, as well as maybe you guys as well. I think it would be really fun to go into these raids, to go against all these crazy big bosses, and to tackle them alongside with a great team. So that's definitely something that I'm really looking forward to. As for the others, I'm definitely going to play them sometime, hopefully this year. If not, they will always be there for me, and when I do get them, maybe they might be on a sale. So what game will you guys be picking up and playing up first this February? If you guys enjoyed this video, do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Bye!